Yeah, sometimes movies are reality, and most of the times they're not. In that movie, The Irishman, I really didn't like it that much, but they start out the movie talking about Billy Buffalino and how they had to go to Detroit and how they fixed that case for the Union guy. Well, I knew Billy Buffalino Jr. He was a hell of a lawyer, good lawyer. But when the FBI squeezed him at the end of his life, he ended up. I understand he ended up cooperating, but William Buffalino Sr., his daddy was a good lawyer, but they say they'll never know how he did this case and got rid of it. In the movie, they say that. Well, I know how they did it because they fixed a case. It's not that hard to deduce for me because I got more cases thrown out than Billy Buffalino. That's a pretty bold statement, but it's true. Um, but not at that level. I wasn't really representing mob guys to that extent because at the end of my career, the mob was just, casinos, corporations, and the FBI destroyed the mob like a tidal wave, almost overnight. But I saw them at the peak of their power, which was in the 70s. I was a kid in the 60s. Here, I met Jimmy Hoffa like a year before he died, I don't know, maybe 6 months, and I was a kid. I just remember everybody, oh, there's Jimmy Hoffa there. You got to stand in line to talk to shake his hand. And I met President Nixon, who pardoned Jimmy Hoffa when I was at Pepperdine. He's from Yorba Linda, California, and I went to school with one of his nephews. Uh, so it's kind of weird how them things work out. Not like I had coffee with them guys or anything, but uh, the gangsters then, see, they can tell right off the bat. There's so many wannabe gangsters. I can only speak for the east side of Detroit. There's so many wannabe gangsters on the east side, and they're always they want to get involved in this level. They want to get involved in that level, and they can just tell right off the bat. I never really wanted to be, so they respect that more. Now, I don't think I mentioned this in the book. Maybe I did. I was at a meeting one time, and there were three bosses there, and the big boss came in there. He was cool. I liked him. I didn't know him that good, but he came in. They were having an intervention about my lifestyle and bringing negative attention to the mob guys. And one of the guys says, and he's a boss, but he's not the guys I hung out with. And he says, well, Paulie, it's not too late to make you. And I said, what? I says, man, you can make me a sandwich. I don't work for nobody. How do you say? You can make me a sandwich, man. I don't work for nobody. So uh, it was kind of comical to me, but that's what they respected about me, and mutually I respected about them. I didn't really care and get involved in their business per se. But the more you hang out, the closer you get to somebody. It's like don't get too close to a Doberman Pinscher because they will bite you at some point. So I just was more comfortable around them. I'm comfortable going into a biker clubhouse. I don't like to say a motorcycle clubhouse, and I have no problem with it. I'm just comfortable in them environments. I'm also comfortable going to a museum too, because of my Pepperdine experience. It's a dichotomy of two different worlds, but the more higher educated you are, the more circles you can go into, and I'm automatically accepted no matter where I go in this country. I can go to any private golf course in the whole country, and I'm accepted because I'm a Pepperdine graduate. It's that simple.